You have never lived in the past. You have never lived in the future. Every single experience you have ever had, every conversation, every heartbreak, every moment of joy, every decision that changed everything, happened in one place. Now, you have only ever existed here, and yet, your mind spends the majority of its waking hours anywhere but here, rehearsing conversations that haven't happened, replaying ones that are over, calculating futures, mourning pasts. And while it does this, life continues happening in the only place it has ever happened, right here, without you. This is not a mindfulness talk. This is not a breathing exercise. This is a physics problem, and the answer changes everything. Let's start with what neuroscience actually found. The human brain generates approximately 6,000 thoughts per day. Studies from Harvard showed that people spend nearly 47% of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they are currently doing. Nearly half of your life, not in the past, not in the future, but in a mental simulation of a past or future that does not exist anywhere in physical reality. And here is the part that should stop you cold. The same Harvard study found that this mind wandering, regardless of what people were doing, was consistently associated with lower happiness levels than being present, even if the thought was pleasant, even if the mind was wandering somewhere good. The wandering itself was the problem, not the content, the absence. Your nervous system does not experience time the way your mind narrates it. Your nervous system only has one setting, now. Every stress response your body has ever run, it ran it now. Every time you have felt anxiety about the future, your body felt it now. Every time you have re-experienced a painful memory, your nervous system treated it as a present tense event. It cannot tell the difference between a memory, a fear, and a current reality. It responds to all three identically. This means that a mind living in the past or future is a nervous system under constant present tense threat, from events that are not happening, from events that may never happen. You are burning real biological resources on fictional time. Now, let's go deeper than neuroscience. The quantum physicist Carlo Rovelli spent his career trying to describe what time actually is at the fundamental level of reality. And what he found dismantled the common sense version entirely. At the quantum scale, time does not flow. There is no arrow, no before and after at the most fundamental layer of physical existence. What we experience as the passage of time is an emergent property, a feature of the scale at which we observe, not a feature of reality itself, meaning the past and future that your mind lives in are not locations. They are constructions. They are stories your brain tells using memory and prediction. Real enough to feel, not real enough to touch. The only thing that is always structurally unavoidably real is now. And here is where Vahdet-i Vücud arrives and makes this complete. Ibn Arabi did not call it mindfulness. He called it the secret of existence itself. The divine, the one consciousness that is all things, does not exist in sequence. It does not have a yesterday or a tomorrow. It exists in a single, eternal, undivided now. And you, as an expression of that consciousness wearing a temporary human form, are at your most aligned, most coherent, most fully yourself when you are where that consciousness actually is, here, now. Not in the story, in the reality beneath the story. This is why the present moment feels like coming home when you actually arrive in it, because it is home. It is the only address that consciousness has ever had. So why is it so hard to stay here? Because the mind evolved for survival, not for presence. The default mode network in your brain, the system that activates when you're not focused on a task, is a time machine built by evolution. It runs simulations of past events to extract lessons. It runs simulations of future scenarios to prepare for threats. For a species that needed to anticipate predators and remember where food was, this was an extraordinary advantage. For a species sitting in a climate-controlled room with no predators and abundant food, it is a system running constantly with nothing real to process. So it processes the fictional. It generates anxiety about futures that will not happen. It loops through conversations that are already over. It is doing its job. It just has no appropriate target. The practice of presence is not about silencing the mind. It is about recognizing when the mind has left the room and returning. Not fighting the thoughts, not suppressing them. Simply noticing, I am not here right now, and coming back. Every single time you do this, you are not just having a nice moment, you are literally restructuring your brain. The insular, the anterior cingulate cortex, the prefrontal cortex, these regions associated with self-awareness, emotional regulation, and attention physically change with sustained present moment practice. The neural pathway between stimulus and reaction widens, the gap increases, and in that gap, you stop being a biological machine running automatic programs. You start being the awareness watching the machine, which is what you were all along. Here is the practice, not a technique, a recognition. The next time you feel pulled into past or future, do not fight it. Simply ask one question. What is actually happening right now? Not what happened, not what might happen. Right now. What do you feel in your body? What do you hear? What is the temperature of the air on your skin? This is not distraction. This is return. You are pulling your consciousness back to the only coordinate where it can actually land. And every time you do it, the present moment becomes more familiar, more available, more obviously, where everything real is happening. Because here is the secret. The thing ancient traditions and modern neuroscience arrived at from completely different directions. The present moment is not a strategy for feeling better. The present moment is what you are. Underneath the thoughts about past and future, though underneath the story the mind tells about who you were and who you might become, there is an awareness, quiet, stable, here, always here. It has never left. You have just been too busy living in time to notice what exists outside of it. Come back. It has been waiting. See you.